My name's Alan Johnson. I work with IFC Advisory Services.
Hello, my name is Yemesrach Yemi. I also work with IFC's Global Agribusiness Advisory Services.
So today we're going to talk about a new approach for the Agribusiness Leadership Program, also known as ALP. And we're going to talk about using ALP in a public sector environment. Now the question, Yemi, is why do we want to do this?
ALP, the Agribusiness Leadership Program, is one of IFC's flagship capacity building tools. It is used to build business management capabilities of farmers, farmer organizations, cooperatives, unions, various forms of aggregators, and agri-SMEs. It was actually launched in 2016 with an IFC client in West Africa. And since then, it's been used in over 47 projects across Sub-Saharan Africa, Asia, and Latin America. And over these years, since 2016, we've seen tangible results in terms of farmers increasingly being connected to markets, increased sales revenues, increased sales volumes, increased access to financing. And because of these tangible impacts and results, we've been receiving a number of inquiries from our colleagues working with public sector clients. But so far, up until recently, actually, we haven't been able to identify the right frame and environment that allowed us to engage ALP in a public sector setting.
And I guess with this AgriConnect, which was announced just in October, this is actually even more relevant.
Indeed.
Well, anyway, let's just get back to the inquiries. Which countries are we talking about specifically?
Yeah, so quite a number of countries actually, but mostly in Sub-Saharan Africa, right? So we've been in discussions in Djibouti, Ethiopia, Togo, Senegal, Nigeria, Republic of Congo, and in Asia, in India and Bangladesh.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's quite a list. Didn't we actually do a couple of projects already?
Yes, we did, but that's very recent. So over the past 2 years, actually. So we did one project in the Gambia. It's a public sector client project. That's where we offered ALP to develop business capabilities and market linkages for women-owned SMEs and women-led cooperatives in horticulture, where we established market linkage with the hotel industry, with the services market in the Gambia. In Djibouti, it was quite different. There we built the national capacity of the institution called the Center for Leadership and Entrepreneurship, CLE. So we created a pool of ALP certified 32 local trainers. And we also provided a customized ALP content for their targeted value chains for Djibouti specifically. So these trainers and coaches will be able to go out and deliver this to farmers and cooperatives in the country. Yeah, so we did this in these 2 countries.
Okay, well that's fascinating. So we're kind of still in the behavior change business. I guess reflecting on what we normally do, which is working with an IFC client and they've got a value chain and we're working with aggregators. Now we're looking at a very different type of setup. What are the key differences between our traditional private sector approach and this new working in the public sector?
Quite different, actually. While we're still in the business of behavior change, when it comes to public sector programs or working with public sector client institutions, then we're not really dealing with a project by project basis within individual private sector company supply chain, but rather at a national level, at a whole value chain level type of engagement. And this question actually came up and keeps coming up as we discuss with public sector institutions, right? So they say, we have been doing trainings, we have been delivering capacity building over a number of decades, and what's different about ALP? So here's the thing, ALP is a comprehensive change management framework. So it starts with an assessment, it starts with establishing baseline to show where the gap is. What foundational business practices are there and are not there with farmers, with farmer organizations, and with SMEs. Once we have that gap clearly established, then we tailor and customize the ALP curriculum to fit the context and the need, which is then followed by a training of trainers and a training of coaches program. Training is delivered, it's followed up by coaching, which makes the learning to be adapted, to be used in the actual operations of these farmer organizations. We then end with a reassessment, which is an objective score where we're able to track the progress, where we're able to show the change that has been made. So ALP is not just a training, it's more than that. It's a building capacity in a measurable way. Yeah. So if we carry on with this, Alan, what do you think will be the biggest challenge?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see that the DNA of ALP is in there, but I mean, I can see three big challenges here. I mean, first and foremost is actually just the mechanics of the scaling. How do we actually reach that much larger number of people, more dispersed geographies? I think there's the perennial challenges of the resourcing, and here I mean not just the financial side, but also the human side to be able to execute this. And then finally, I think when we do try and reach scale, I think there's the challenge of ensuring the quality of the work that we do.
Yeah, so I mean, from what you said, scale seems to be key. So can you please maybe expand on that a bit?
Yeah, so I mean, this is really the topic. I mean, I think when I look back at what we did before, it was really, it's kind of organic growth, if you like. We were sort of following the demands of our IFC clients, but the scaling, if you like, was limited by, I guess, our team size and the sequence of project approvals and so on. I think in this type of environment, we really have to operate in a very different way. I think we have been, as you know, dabbling in some of the sort of digital delivery. I think we're going to have to really lean in on that kind of technology and leveraging technology as much as possible. But then I think the other thing is we have to some extent let go. Previously we would have done everything, with our own trusted team. But I think to reach these kind of numbers, we're going to have to, as I say, let go. We're going to have to empower other groups, other partners who will actually, implement and deliver kind of for us to some extent. And I think we do have a good example. We've been members of AMEA, which is this sort of grouping of like-minded capacity building entities. I think we're going to be doing much more with groups like that.
Yeah, and I think beyond AMEA and partner organizations, it's just having that pool of capable local service providers of ALP will be needed in these target countries.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, that's absolutely right. But I think then, what's your take on the sort of the resourcing and the funding issue, which I think is going to be a big challenge as well?
Yeah, indeed. So with this scale we're talking about, then it seems it's going to require significant resources. But where we come in as ALP is really at that high level of building national capacity, training capable master trainers at country level, while the actual cascading or the actual delivery to farmers, farmer organizations, or agri-SMEs will be done by those national institutions which will be supported or which will be working with these World Bank programs. So for us, it's really partnering with those national anchor institutions working in agricultural extension systems in these countries, and then being able to deliver a tailored ALP curriculum for that country, for that value chain and context, and then creating a pool of capable local master trainers that can work with the ALP methodology, approach, and content. So that's how we aim to address the scaling. But another critical thing in this scaling exercise is how do we measure impact and results?
Yeah, I mean, look, to me, one of the great strengths and selling points of ALP is exactly that it's a measurable system. We have ALP metrics, we can have a baseline, we can have some, capacity building, and then another assessment and really tell a story about how capacity and business management skills have been built. Now, again, on this kind of much larger scale challenge, I think we're going to, again, have to adapt how we do this. I think, again, we're going to have to lean in on the technology side. I think there may be some ways to kind of, reach much larger numbers of people, maybe in a slightly lighter way, but still get credible results. I certainly don't want to abandon the measurement aspect, because I think that's a key part of what we're offering. But I think, again, we'll have to look at things like market segmentation, and then sampling within those sort of different segments or stratas, if you like. But anyway, I think we definitely will keep measuring, but we need some innovation in there as well. We touched on AgriConnect at the beginning because that's very much the hot topic of the moment. How do you see ALP in this new public sector variant making a contribution to AgriConnect?
So I believe ALP is actually being implemented in public sector setting at the moment, plays a critical role or significantly contributes to the achievement of the AgriConnect targets. And I say this because ALP is really about building that commercial orientation or that producing for the market mindset in farming, in farmers, in producer organizations. So it's really bringing in that farming as a business or farming as a family business mindset and content to complement the existing national extension systems in agriculture. It also bridges that skill gap within these institutions to commercialize agriculture, to move away from subsistence or semi-subsistence type of production towards market-oriented production and practices. It brings in that private sector mindset within this public sector framework in institutions, and it also allows to be done at scale, right? Moving beyond these project by project type of implementation we've been doing previously. In addition, through the market linkage component of ALP, as we said, the fourth pillar of ALP is really coaching, which is integrated with market linkages, connecting farmers to value chains. In that space, it also allows to surface the private sector within those value chains. That allows for potential IFC engagement with these enterprises. So that's why I would say ALP plays significantly contributes to AgriConnect targets. Having said this, where do you see us practically going?
Yeah, so I was going to jump. I really wanted to pick up on that point about how by investing in business management capacity in the supply chain, that actually does make it more attractive for private investors to come in, and that being the kind of IFC links. I think even if we are investing in this public sector ALP, there's still a link, to those off-takers and processors who would be the traditional IFC clients.
Indeed.
So I think then going on to the where do we go next, I think, as I understand it, the first step in the AgriConnect is this sort of compact that's sort of formed between governments and the World Bank Group. So I think really that's the logical starting point for us. And the compact countries that I'm aware of now anyway are Senegal, Ethiopia, Togo, Nigeria, and then India and Bangladesh. So I think that's already a pretty large agenda. We can start with those. And then for those who are interested, please get in touch with us. Actually, if you want to get going right now, we actually have a lot of materials that you can access which are on the Open Learning campus. And ALP is actually a practitioner program as part of the WBG Academy. So we definitely want to hear from you soon. Thank you very much.